Mr. Ray,
Yes.
you're ready. State your name and who you represent. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Vice Chair. My name is Jason Ray, and I worked in the Attorney General's Administrative Law Division for 5 years, representing agencies and prosecuting licensees for fraud and other misconduct. Today, along with Associated Counsel, I represent Medicaid providers that have collectively been improperly charged with over $250 million in Medicaid fraud by the OIG. They're all waiting for their hearings so that they can prove they have not done anything wrong. Many of them have been waiting for years, and that's the point that I'd like to talk to you about today. My clients would disagree that the extremely long wait times to get the hearings is due to the providers dragging their feet. Here are a few examples. In September of 2012, I requested an informal review and an expedited administrative hearing for a client that was placed on payment hold and accused of $5 million in fraud. The hearing was never set. The client eventually stopped serving Medicaid. The OIG probably doesn't know that because I haven't had any contact with them about that client since July of 2013. It's just fallen off. Another client I've told they're going to face a hearing eventually on a $2 million notice of overpayment that was issued by the OIG in 2009. The client got so tired of waiting for their hearing, they eventually sold their business. And I haven't heard from the OIG about that client since 2011. In my opinion, this agency simply doesn't want to try the cases. They spend years investigating and building their cases, and when they bring their cases, they often complicate them by throwing both wheat and chaff into the complaint. Many complaints, some of which have merit, at least arguably, and many of which do not. For example, in Dr. Nazari's case, the OIG brought his case to SOA, investigated him in 2011, brought his case to SOA, put him on payment hold in early 2012, brought his case to SOA in 2013, claiming that he was missing at least 70 dental models and 60 HLD score sheets, pieces of paper. Dr. Nazari spent hundreds of thousands of dollars preparing to defend those allegations, only to have the OIG amend their complaint the day before the hearing and admit that there were actually 6 missing models and 5 pieces of paper missing. In a different case, the OIG claimed that the services that were rendered were not by a person that was licensed. In 1803, you put a series of checks in place to try to informally settle these. I took the client to a hearing, to the informal settlement. We provided printouts from the agency that licensed the dentist. We provided the dentist license. They filed the complaint anyway and included those allegations in the complaint. And then last week, in March of 2014, they filed the complaint. Last week, they amended it and took them out. In the meantime, he's been paying to defend those claims. Those are the things that cost time and delay. Thank you.
Thank you.